Hey, what's going on, guys, and welcome back to another episode in my Football Manager series. This is episode number 79, and today we're returning with two games with our Bluebirds as face Porto away in the final Champions League group stage game, and then Wolves away at Molineux as well. Plus, there's a massive transfer to show you guys as well, as we've completed a deal for a new Wonder Kid signing, and a club legend, at least in my eyes, is getting swapped out as well. Loads to show you today. Before we get to it, let me show you a card we can get on off camera. And of course, in the last episode, you saw our 3-1 victory away in Madrid against Atletico in the Champions League. And of course, our 2-0 loss away at Old Trafford against Manchester United. I played through all of November off camera and one game in December. 7 games in total. And as you can see, the run has been very mixed once again, which sums up our season so far. Inconsistency, that is the name of the game. We did start off with 2-0 win though, and a bounce back on the back of that loss to Manchester United at home to Queen's Park Rangers. Allen and Ramsden rescued us late on though, very disappointing performance, but Ramsden late on, the former City midfielder, bagged a brace in the final few minutes. Both goals were really nice too, particularly the second goal, as he managed to get the 3 points there and a good return to winning ways. And following that in midweek, a massive win at home in the Champions League against Atletico Madrid. We've now taken them on 4 times in the save. We've beaten them every single time. 3-0 win. Did not see this coming at all. I was thinking I'll take a draw from this game, but a 3-0 win effectively secured our qualification to the knockout stages of the Champions League. Sterling scored our first goal 42 minutes in. Then Dennis, what a finish. Lovely left foot sort of like stroked ball into the bottom corner. 10 minutes after restart made it 2-0. And then Pedro Antonio made it 3-0 with 20 minutes to go in a fantastic display. Probably our win of the season so far in a really good performance. But of course, following that, the win of the season, what happens directly afterwards? Well, just like in the last episode, beat Atletico in midweek, get beat on the weekend. Went to Stamford Bridge on the weekend, got beat by Chelsea by 3-0. They're the only team right now undefeated in the Premier League, so it didn't come as much of a surprise. But Goretzka, God, this guy hates us, man. Always scoring against us, including those 2 goals in the Carabao Cup final last year. Got Chelsea up and underway, then they scored 5 minutes later. Don't ask me what Onana was doing for that second goal, because honestly, I can't even defend him for that one. Where was he going? Give that guy a map, in the words of Chris Move. And then Paco made it 3-0 with 80 minutes to go. It was the Blues tore us apart. And following that, a disappointing 1-1 draw at home to Norwich City. Now, this was the first game where, as you'll see by the attendance, where we had our stadium expansion completed. Obviously, as you saw last season, the board decided to try and expand the stadium to 42,000 seats. This was the first game with the new stadium expansion, so I was disappointed we didn't sell it out. But either way, we drew 1-1. The OG scored the first goal of the game and made it 1-0. And then 3 minutes after the restart, Norwich got back on level terms. A disappointing 1-1 draw. And following that in midweek, we beat Olympiacos by 7-0 in the Champions League penultimate group stage game. And this game here mathematically guaranteed qualification. But as I said, after the Atletico game, heading to this one, it was basically done anyway. I feel the weekend side for the game won't show you all the goals. We won 7-0, just tore the Greek side apart, just like we did away from home. And Jason scored his first goals of the season, very nicely indeed. And also Ryan Dunphy, who was out on loan at Millwall last year, scored his first goal for the club too. Very nice to see. But once again, another slip up followed that back on the weekend away at Hillsborough against Sheffield Wednesday, a 1-1 draw. Pedro Antonio scored again. Very nice run for Pedro Antonio, making it 1-0. But Sorloth made it 1-1 10 minutes later as the Owls got back on level terms. And that meant we'd only won 1 of our last 7 Premier League games. That was coming against Queen's Park Rangers. A really, really poor run. However, we did respond in our last game off camera. Thank God. Our first game of December was a win. 4-0 home to Aston Villa. We were tied at a break though, and early in the second half, Pedro Antonio went down with a fractured arm as well. He's going to miss the whole of December, so a big blow there, missing our Portuguese striker for the rest of the calendar year. But thankfully, the injury did not hamper our second half display. We really turned up after a poor first 45 minutes. Dennis scored the first goal, and then 3 goals in the final 12. First an own goal, and then Sessegnon scoring, and then Jason scoring his first Premier League goal. Always nice to see. And that was also his 3rd goal in 2 games as well. It's good to see. Is the captain coming back? I doubt it, but either way, still good to get the 4-0 win there, and a response after a very poor run. Where, as you can see, after a very, very inconsistent patch of form, Cardiff City have slipped out the top 4 now, and we now sit in 5th. Oopsie daisy. We do sit in 5th place. There's a long way to go. We're not even at the halfway point of the season so far. We're only 2 points off the Gunners in 4th place right now as well, but already 10 points behind Liverpool, top of the table. Any chance of us being in a title race this season has already gone before the halfway point. A poor run of form, and so quickly those teams above us have already got a big gap. And also confirmation of Champions League group stage as well, as you can see. Already guaranteed to qualify with a game to spare, and we're top as well. But like I said, after that Atletico win on match day 4, it was basically done at that point anyway. Our FA Cup third round draw has been done as well. We've got Doncaster Rovers away at Keep Moat. Funny enough, we faced them last year in the Carabao Cup as well. So hopefully we'll get through to the 4th round of that competition. And also as well, the big news, which you guys have been waiting patiently for since I started the episode, is this. If you follow me on Twitter, at Docklanders, you would have seen this yesterday evening, but for those that don't, Stefan Fans, the future is Fans, is going to be our new number 1 when he arrives in January. This is a German goalkeeper playing for Schalke, and I've had my eye on this guy for 2 years. He became Schalke's number 1 pretty much directly after he came out of the academy. He's been absolutely phenomenal in the Bundesliga, and this summer he won Germany the World Cup at 19 years old by saving a penalty in the shootout against the Netherlands. This guy already a German Cup winner, a World Cup winner, and I hope Cardiff City's number 1 until the save ends, and hopefully Champions League and Premier League winner whilst he's here at Cardiff City as well. So we're coming in January on the 1st. The deal we've completed is £32.5 million plus Andre Onana, who is going to Gelsenkirchen as part of the deal. But I got to be honest, as much as I love Onana, and some might say a bit undeservedly so, based on how error-prone he's been, I couldn't be sentimental about this deal. I've wanted this guy since he came out of the academy. I wanted this guy so badly. He was on the transfer list as he was unhappy at the club. He wanted to move to a bigger team, and we snapped him up. Again, 32.5 mil plus Andre. His stats are absolutely phenomenal at 20 years old as well. He's 6'3", so he's a tall lad. 17 strength, 19 jumping, and an aerial. Again, as you can see here, he commands his area pretty well, you'd say. 16 agility too, always handy. And mentally, positioning 14 will need some work, but otherwise, 16 concentration, 16 decision, 16 determination, 15 anticipation as well, and of course his goalkeeping stats phenomenal. 1-on-1's 18, reflex is 17, and distributing as well, he's pretty decent. 16 kicking with 17 throwing, which comes in handy as of course we operate with a sweeper keeper. So Fans coming in, the future is Fans, he'll be our new number 1, and for Andre, I think Onana will be pleased to go to Schalke and get a fresh start as well after 7.5 years. So Andre, say it with me, perhaps for the final time, you live by Onana, you die by Onana, but not for much longer because he's going to Velton's Arena. Just for confirmation too, there is the capacity at the Cardiff City Stadium. For those that missed it at the end of last season, we've expanded our stadium from, I think it was 33,000 to 42,000 all-seater now. And yeah, it's nice to see. We still don't sell out all of our games, unfortunately, but either way, it's nice to see that the ground improvement has now been completed. So first game of today's episode, it's a meaningless game. It's Porto away in Portugal. Of course, we don't need any points tonight. We're guaranteed to finish top of the group anyway, but I thought I'd play it regardless because we're in a poor patch of form right now. There's also a chance for the fringe players to impress on camera because I barely play all the fringe players together on camera because we normally do big games. But either way, we'll see how we get on. Right now in the injury report, only one player down. Of course, it is Pedro Antonio after fracturing his lower arm during that 4-0 win over Villa. He will miss the rest of December and probably a bit of January, which means that right now we've only got one proper striker in Paleo Maria. The other one is a kid we recalled from loan from last season, Ryan Dumfries. It's our team for the game then. 4-2-3-1 tiki-taka and this side lineup. Onana in goal for perhaps the final time in a Cardiff City shirt today, interestingly enough. And about for is Davis, Van Dijk, João Carlos and Stefano. Midfield duo, Guilherme and McKennie. High energy there, love that. And the attacking midfield trio, Raviota on the left, Jason on the right and Sterling through the middle, supporting Dumfries up top. And on the bench, Henderson, Jordi, Odriozola, the Icelandic kid, because I just thought, why not? I mean, I like him. I like him for the mental stats. I'm proving a point to my youngsters today. If you work this hard, you can play in the Champions League too. The Icelandic kid, Gonzalez, Sessegnon, and Maria as well. First game, kind of meaningless, but we'll see how we get on. Come on, you Bluebirds. Also, one of the reasons we are doing this game as well, like planned, is because it does mean that at the end of the episode, we can do the Champions League first knockout round draw directly after the Wolves game, which is always a lot of fun as well. Well, we've got nothing to play for, but we're holding our own here in Portugal. It's still 0-0. And Porto yet to create a single chance thus far. They need to win tonight in order to qualify in second. But as things stand, Atletico Madrid will be writing us a thank you card for Christmas because we're still tied at 0-0. Although they're doing their job anyway, so it wouldn't matter either way. First proper highlight of the game, it seems, coming here to Porto. Can they get themselves in front? No. Jesus Corona fires it over the bar and it's still 0-0. They just had a free kick from range, also put over the bar too. At the moment, we're restricting them to long range shots. They can't break us down. The back four are standing strong. I'm going to take off McKennie on a booking note. I'm going to bring on the kid. I want to bring on the Icelandic kid. He is so far out of his depth right now. It's going to be very interesting to see. He's only apparently good enough for League 2 sides. But listen, if you work hard enough, you can play in the Champions League. Get on the pitch, son. Chance for Porto here, and a penalty given as well. And Ben Davies has just tripped the Argentine inside the area. It's a VAR, but I already know it's a spot kick, definitely. Come on, Ben. I just praised you a moment ago there for good defensive play. And then you commit a needless foul and give away a penalty. Really? Anyway, spot kick. Alex Telles takes it. And Onana. God. Yeah, it's definitely his final game for the club. It's definitely his final game for the club. Say it with me one more time for the people in the back. You live by Onana, you die by Onana. Jesus Christ. I think I said something stupid at the end of last season, like, he's not as error prone anymore. Really? Really? I mean, I know it's a penalty. It's very harsh to blame goalkeepers when they don't save penalties, because you're not expected to save them, but... Really? I mean, that was literally right at you. If you just stand still, it hits you in the face and it goes away. Oh dear, I'll say unlucky regardless, because to be fair, totally weakened side away in Portugal. We only lost by a penalty, but... Oh, seriously. Fans can't arrive because it's soon enough as far as I'm concerned. At least the January window is here already. We need him now. So, yep, that is how the group ends up finishing then. We do indeed finish top of the group, but we knew that already. And our unbeaten run might come to an end on match day 6, but of course it does not matter one bit. And of course, for the rest of the groups as well, I can show you those on screen right now for you so you can see who qualified. Once again, PSG and Bayer Leverkusen going through together in Group A. Thank God we avoided that one. And you can see who went through in what group. Were there any shocks? Can't see any unless I'm missing one obvious one. And the draw is going to be on Monday, and we'll do that directly after the Wolves game and end the episode there. Seriously though, Andre, did you have to do that in your final game in an episode? Perhaps your final game for the club? Really? I mean, it's just, to be fair, it's only appropriate. It's only appropriate considering how he's performed for us during the save. I love the guy to death. I really do, and I'm gonna miss him when he's gone. But it's for the best. It's for the best. I'm sorry, we can't win major honours with Andre Onana between the six. There's a reason why Henderson went in goal for the FA Cup final last year. 2 years ago. Because I just can't trust him in a big game. He's just let me down too many times. I love the guy, I really do, but one too many times he's been error prone for us. But also, by the way, as well, I should point out, Dean Henderson signed a new contract, our backup goalkeeper, during the Onana saga as well. He was out of contract in the summer, but I offered him a new 5-year deal, and as you can see, accepted it. $3,000 a week pay increase. There is a minimum fee release clause there as well, but I don't think that'll get met throughout the save. And he'll turn 30 in March, so that'll take him up until he retires. He knows his role as a backup as well, which is nice to see. He never complains too. And with fans coming in, he and Henderson, who's very reliable too, that I think is a much better situation to have than Onana on $82,000 a week. I know some of you guys think I can be a bit too biased towards some of my players, show a bit too much favouritism to certain individuals. Onana, of course, being the main one, but also Weston McKennie. I see you guys saying I've got to sell McKennie, he's not good enough, he's a sideways passer, not good enough for this team. I think some players deserve a little bit of respect for the job they've done throughout the time they've been here. But certain players, I admit, have been on borrowed time for a long time. And one of those players is Andre Onana. For a very long time, he was walking on eggshells. And at some point, it was just, he wasn't going to be saved by his time here alone. And now I think we've got to be a bit more ruthless now. If we're going to become a top club, we've got to be more ruthless now. I don't like to do it. I prefer to keep my head in the sand like an ostrich, but at some point I've got to face the music. Some of these players aren't good enough. But please don't forget, it's just a bit of fun, guys, yeah? Seriously, I'm fine with the banter. I like it a lot. It's great fun, but just you know, it's a bit of fun. Like, if you want to watch an FM YouTuber play the game's perfection, there are multiple out there that are really good at the game. I'm just an entertainer, okay? Let's just remember that, okay? Anyway, second and final game of today's episode is Wolves away at Molineux. Right now sat in 15th place, 4 points off the bottom three. And of course, after a very inconsistent run in the Premier League and really in all competitions, we've got to make sure we return to winning ways here away from home, because we haven't won a game away from home. When was our last win away in the Premier League? I want to check, 'cause I can't even remember. Leeds away at the start of October at Ellen Road. Now that's pretty damning. We've been on a very poor run in the Premier League, so we need our first away win here today. Come on, you Bluebirds. Once again, 4-2-3-1, but a totally rotated side after the meaningless game midweek, and this will be our team. Henderson back between the sticks for the game and probably for the longevity of December. And our back four has Goncalves, Kimpembe, Jordi, and Andre Onana, with Alenya and Allen through the middle. Third forward, Sessegnon on the left, Dennis on the right, and the OG, the advanced playing supporting player, Maria, who, by the way, shocking season from Maria. Only 3 goals scored in the Premier League so far. Very, very poor for Paleo for the back-to-back Golden Boot winner. On the bench, Onana, Van Dijk, Stefano, McKennie, Rabiot, Sterling, and Jason as well. Second and final game before the Champions League draw. It's Wolves away. Let's return to winning ways. Come on, you Bluebirds. So I'm going to calmly say to the boys in the dressing room, just go out there, relax, and play your natural game. The result will come. The result will come. Don't be too tight. Go out there, play loose, play with a smile on your face, and the result will come. We haven't really been playing with a lot of enjoyment in recent weeks, I feel. And I think we need to get that back. Put smiles on faces again. Let's have a bit of fun out there, shall we? Ramsden out wide towards Odriozola. Down the right-hand side. In goes the cross. Maria is there, and finally it was going to happen. The anti-jinx in full effect. Paleo 7th of the year and his 4th in the Premier League. Spaniards combined as Odriozola whips one to the middle. And our vice-captain and skipper on the pitch fires us in front to make it 1-0. Lovely cross by Odriozola. Maria heads it past Patricio. 1-0 Cardiff City. His goal drought is over. Did you see him wagging the finger there as well? I like that a lot. Maria's got an attitude problem, but I don't mind it. Dennis on the ball. Back out wide towards the OG. We get 2 quick goals here. Gonzalez to Alenya, who knows. Oh, I was going to say, you know he can strike him. And he's proved it. Gonzalez with another assist. Our top assist maker this year gets another one. And Carls with a wonderful strike doubles our goal tally. 7 minutes in. It's all about having fun. You know, I mean, seriously, this is what we need to do. Just have a bit of fun out there. We don't need to play this game to unrealistic standards. Just have a bit of fun. I don't know what I'm talking about. Just have a bit of fun. Ah, that's not fun, though. That's not fun. Gonzalez goes down with the injury. And it's potential foot injury. That's a bit of a concern. And, well, we don't really have an attacking player to play that role apart from Alenya. But then no one can really play deep. Well, I suppose what we could do is we could play a ball midfielder alongside. Oh, I don't really want to do that, though, because I'm sort of beginning to play box-to-box now, more than ball midfielder, as part of a deep line playing midfield duo. Could bring on Jason. Could bring on Jason to do that role, deep line player. Yeah, why not? Again, let's have some fun. Jason coming on. Let's bring him on. I think that is one thing people need to always remember about the content I produce. I'm not ever trying to claim to be good at the game, because I know I'm not. It's just about having fun, and this to me is enjoyable. But this won't be if Wolves get back in the game here. Gibbs White turns his man and finds. I hear Nacho does fire it in, but I think the goal is going to be disallowed. The lino's not moving. He did look a foot or two offside, and it has been called back as well, and it's chalked off. Colecci with a finish, but it's Gibbs White played him through. I thought Kimpembe just... Oh, actually... He looked like he stepped up on time, but actually I think the VAR's got it wrong. I thought Kimpembe stepped up just on time, but instead, that's fortunate. Wolves should be back in the game. They're harshly done by there. Dennis on the ball. Feeds it through to Jason, now into Sessegnon, down the left-hand side. And now Helder with space to cross in it goes. Dennis makes it free. And I tell you what, you can hear the boos ringing around Molineux right now. Cheat, 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 cheat. As Cardiff City go 3-0 up. But really, we're not the ones that should be getting the stick of that. It's the VAR. They got it wrong. Sessegnon rolls down left-hand side. Great cross by our Portuguese fullback. And Dennis at the far post, our joint top scorer this season, heads it past the Portuguese goalkeeper. But the Wolves fans are not happy. What a swing. They could have halved the deficit, but instead, they're now 3 goals down. You got to feel sorry for them. That's very harsh. Hernandez comes over the halfway line for Wolves, sends it long to Adama Traore, down the right, one-on-ones, cuts it back. Oh, what a block. Kimpembe on Gibbs White. Fantastic Presnell. Tell you what, with the saga developing with Pelé Maria as we've seen for the past year and a half, I discussed this on Twitter very briefly. If he was to go and Jason was to retire, we'd need a new captain and a new vice captain as well. I did mention it. I would give Kimpembe the captain's armband as things stand right now. I think he deserves it. I love Presnel, so consistent and always committed to this team. Here's Adama Traore down the right into Gibbs White. You've got to give Wolves some credit here. They're not stopping. Hernandez shoots straight at Henderson. They've played some good football in this first half. They're very harshly down by 3 goals though. And as Iheanacho makes the tackle, they're not stopping. Hernandez coming forward to Adama Traore. And Henderson makes a great save on the one-on-one. An hour into the game, you've got to give Wolves a lot of props here. I tell you what, they're 3-0 down, but it doesn't feel like they're 3-0 down as Henderson makes another fantastic save, turns onto the frame of the goal as Andre Onana makes the tackle and we get it clear. We've called this right. We really have. I mean, I hate to admit it, but at times I was just way too sentimental and showed too much favouritism to Andre. Oh, it's Ramsden fast just over. Dean is the better goalkeeper. Keeping him and selling Onana. That's the right decision. I'm going to make my second and third subs here. I think I'm going to bring on McKennie. And I'm going to really change things around here. Now play with a ball in the midfielder. Just to make sure we don't give Wolves too many more chances. Because they've had a lot today. And send Jason a bit further forward as the kid Piero comes on as well. 80 minutes to go. This is more just a defensive change here to make sure we see out this game and hopefully the clean sheet as well. 3-0 though, but to be fair, it doesn't feel like 3-0. This has not been as one-sided as the scoreline suggests. Goncalves to Rabiota. Lovely first touch by Piero. And now back to Carls. And out wide is Odriozola. And he's found him in acres of space here. Alvaro whips one in. Maria is there. Off the crossbar. Still 3-0. What a game. Well, just like I said on Twitter last night, I can always hold my hands up and accept when I'm wrong. And I was definitely wrong for a long time about our number 1 position. Dean, the better goalkeeper. And better late than never, I suppose, right? Onana's going to go. We've probably seen the last of him now. But Dean back in the team, keeping a clean sheet in a good 3-0 win. But again, it did not feel one-sided at all. I will say I'm very happy with the result and the way you play. It's good to get our first away win since October in the Premier League. But again, I feel quite sorry for Wolves there. That game hinged on the VAR decision, which the VAR got wrong. That goal should not have been chalked off. Oh, I forgot about the OG going down for the rest of December. So now we're missing the Benfica boys, Gonzalez and Pedro Antonio, both out for the rest of December. Big blows there. But yeah, that game hinged on the incorrect VAR decision there. Because if they half deficit, I'm confident they would have got back in the game and probably leveled it at some point. Instead, we managed to get a third goal directly afterwards, and that killed the contest. And if Real Madrid put in a bid for Maria in January, if they can get out to £100 million or over, he might well be off as well. It's time to be ruthless now. Paleo wants to leave. Yes, he did well in that Wolves game, but this season hasn't been too good. It's time to start being ruthless and think about the future. But that was today's episode of the Football Manager series, guys. So a big thank you for watching. I hope you have enjoyed it. If you have enjoyed today's episode, please do drop a like, as likes are of course very much appreciated, and they really help the channel out as well. Much love to you all. Have a fantastic day. And oh no, the draw. I forgot we got the draw on Monday, haven't we? We got the draw. Can't believe I almost forgot the draw. Anyway, here we go then. It is the Champions League first knockout round draw. Let's end on something fun, as we'll find out who will be taking on in the next round. And as you can see, we'll be taking on an unseeded team. One of Atletico. Well, no, we can't get the group team, can we? So it'll be Bayer Leverkusen. God, please no. Bayern Munich, Juventus, Lazio, Real Madrid, RB Leipzig, or Valencia in the round of 16. So let's find out who we've got. Cardiff City will be taking on. Oh, it's the first draw. Valencia away at the Mestalla in the first leg. Let's find out the other tie as well. That'll be a good tie there. Atletico versus Arsenal. Oh, Real Madrid versus PSG as well. And Juventus, Chelsea too. Bayern versus Milan. Some very good ties there. But Valencia in the first knockout round. First leg away at the Mestalla. Let's take a look at their team together. Have we faced them in this series so far? I don't think we have. They're 6th in La Liga right now. How many points off the top? 15 behind Real Madrid. And yeah, they got Ndidi. Wilfred Ndidi is there. He does so well in FM, and I've been looking at him over the past couple of years. But I would say we're probably favourites for that tie. Carlos Soler is there, I see. The right-sided / central-sided midfielder. Yeah, I'd say we're favourites. Should be an even tie, though. And again, I don't think we faced them in a tie. But it's Valencia, first leg, away to start. So yeah, there we go. Then that will do today's episode. Have a great day, guys. Much love to you all. Enjoy your day. And we'll return in the very next episode with games against Should we come? I think we should come back. I'm thinking perhaps Liverpool away and then Watford at home in the Premier League, because fans will be here, and that'll probably be his debut away at Anfield, thinking about it. Yeah, let's do that. Let's come back for Fans' debut. The future is Fans, and you'll see his first appearance in the next episode. Liverpool away at Anfield, the league leaders right now, and Watford at home at the Cardiff City Stadium as well, as the January window will open. Have a great day, guys. Much love to you all, and I'll see you for the next episode very soon. Bye now.